How can you improve the performance of Power Apps? So there are 35 ways by which you can improve the performance of Power Apps. So we will discuss all of those one by one. The first is use of concurrent function. The concurrent functions allows Power Apps to load data faster by simultaneously processing multiple connector calls together. So here the set and clear collect function in below code snippet will execute faster when used with concurrent function. So we should use concurrent function to improve the performance. The next point is cache data in collections and variables. Store frequently used data in collections and variables. So that means data stored in memory can be accessed very quickly, which improves the performance. The next is limit the size of collection. So you should limit the number of rows and columns that is required by the app, as collections are stored in the device memory. So if too much memory is in use, so that will kill the Power App process and the app will crash. The next is use the show column function. So you should get the specific columns only which is required. So below code will display specific names from the student collection. So it will avoid unnecessary column to be populated in the collection. So hence it will improve the performance. The next is optimize the onStart property. So minimize the code on app onStart property. You can initialize the global variables in app onStart property to improve the performance. The next is number of controls on a single screen. So you should minimize the number of controls on a single screen. So try to achieve a screen design with the fewer controls possible. So if your screen have too many controls needed for your business, consider splitting them across multiple screens. So this can help to improve the performance. The next is delay output for text input control. So enable the delay output property to true. Its by default value is false. So here when you are searching a gallery from text input, then with delay output is set to true, the app will send only one request to the data source when typing stops rather than each keystroke. So this will improve the search performance. The next is control reference. So do not reference control on other screens. So if you do that, PowerS will keep that screen in memory when it's not visible. Use global variable instead, which is available throughout each screen. Next is media for optimal use. So large media file can impact performance. So wherever you can, you should use SVG because they are more performant. For example, you would not use a loading GIF within Power App. You should be achieving the same type of loading spinner through SVG to improve the performance. You will start with instead of in the formula, minimize the code onStart property. So if you use SQL data source, for instance, start with property would use index seek in the SQL database. However, the in operator would require index or table scan, which will take more time. The next is browser. We should use the recommended browser to improve the performance. So you should prefer Microsoft Edge and Chrome instead of IE because IE has some defects when it comes to execute JavaScripts. The next is limit the number of data connections. You should limit the number of data connections to improve the performance. Turn on the experimental feature for delayed load if your app has more than 10 screens. So this delay load should be enabled when many controls that are on multiple screens are directly bound to the data source. The next is you should republish your app regularly because the Power App platform is continuously optimized. When you deploy your app frequently, your app is regenerated with the latest platform optimization. The next is avoid repeating the same formula in multiple places. So if multiple properties run the same formula, especially it's a complex, consider setting it once and then referencing the output of the first property in the subsequent ones. So let's understand this with an example. Don't set the display mode property of control B, C and D to the same complex formula of A. Instead, set A's display mode property to the complex formula and set B display mode property, C display mode property and D display mode property equivalent to A, which will improve the performance. The next is use N+1, a power speed bump. So this is where when your app makes too many unnecessary network calls, especially in the galleries. So it's like asking for a single piece of information and getting an entire encyclopedia in return. So it overkills. To tackle this, use collections or fetch detailed data only when necessary. The next is bulk operations, which should be handled with care. So bulk operation can slow down the performance. So using functions like for all and patch, it seems they are efficient, but they can slow down your app. So when sometimes you should consider Power Automate, because in bulk operation, many times Power Automate is a better choice for handling complex tasks. Next part is browser. We should use Microsoft Azure Chrome instead of IE. The next is optimize and monitor on-premise data gateway performance. So as an on-premise data gateway is in the organization network, so Microsoft could not check its performance nor its health, but organization should do that. The next point is use components. So use components wherever you need to reuse certain blocks. The best example to use component are the header and footer or menu control. So component also reduce duplication of efforts by eliminating the need to copy paste controls, and which further improves the performance. The next part is preloader animation. So you should use preloader animation to set user experience and expectations when data is loading. Next is monitor tool uses. Use monitor tool to find event and logs that can help diagnose performance and functional issues. So this monitor tool is by default embedded in the Power App environment. The next point is a compressed image. So compressed image should be used to minimize the time to download them. The next is the collection uses. So you should limit the use of your collection and you should use only then when they are absolutely necessary. The next point is the clear collect. You should use clear collect instead of clear and then collect. Though both perform the same operations, but clear collect is somewhat faster than clear and collect. The next is the countif. So you should use countif function instead of count and then filter. So countif is more faster as compared to count than filter operation. The next is the update context call. So update all necessary context variables in a single update context call. The next is a nested gallery. So avoid nested gallery if possible to improve the performance. Next is the variable use. So don't use multiple variables when you could use just a single one, because variables are stored into the memory. So use of less variables will improve the performance. Single screen. Use a single screen to handle edit or insert operations. The next is when working with Excel data source, you should use one data table per worksheet to improve the performance. Next is the delegation. So you should use functions that delegate data processing to the data source instead of retrieving data to the local device for processing. So when delegation will be in use, you will have more performance optimization. Is error. You should use is error for exception handling whenever possible in your code. Then is the delegation warning. You have to make sure there is no delegation warning from the app checker. Next point is the server-side caching. So in case you are using the custom API in your apps, so you should enable server-side caching to improve the performance of your app. So all these points should be taken care when you have to improve your performance of Power Apps.